Long gone are the days when equipment companies put all their eggs in the blade basket when it comes to irons. And they're no longer making clunky shovels in the name of improvement either. Most everything is a best of both worlds club, and that's certainly a theme again this year. TaylorMade has become big on marketing the technology that's powering its clubs, and when it comes to the company's new M3 and M4 irons, it's all about RibCore, an advancement to decrease energy loss on off-center and high-face hits. RibCore technology is comprised of stainless steel stabilizing bars cast behind the club's face slots to stiffen the areas of the head outside of the scoreline area.
Basically, when you're hitting that shot, maybe off a tee on a par 3 or out of the light rough where you're hitting it a little bit high on the face, that's where you usually see big drop-offs in these game improvement irons because the CG is so low and those faces are so thin. So what we're trying to really do is counteract that phenomenon, basically stiffen the top of the club head, retain that COR, making sure the club face is stable, and so that ball doesn't tend to veer offline as well.
Other technologies in the M3 and M4 are TaylorMade's face slots, speed pocket, and lightweight fluted hosel. The difference between the two models is how they look and perform. More of a player's iron, the M3 has a thinner sole, thinner top line, less offset, and shorter blade length. That leads to more spin and more workability than its M4 distance counterpart. Callaway's Rogue irons contain a combination of the company's technologies, starting with a thin, very flexible one-piece cup face to generate ball speed. They also feature a material of blended tungsten and steel that Callaway released in last year's Epic irons. Its purpose is to help control the center of gravity location and therefore trajectory. Unique to Rogue, however, is a method to combat vibration, done by taking a soft urethane material, similar to what's found in golf balls, and infusing it with thousands of hollow microscopic glass spheres. That makes the urethane spongy, and it is then injected into the club head to enhance feel. According to Callaway, Rogue is a very high-tech iron, targeted at the mass market. Titleist made big news last fall when it introduced an AP3 iron in its new 2018 series. It did so to fill what was becoming a widening gap between the distance and forgiveness capabilities of the game improvement AP1 and the feel characteristics of the tour-played AP2. To do that, Titleist created a hollow body blade with an extremely thin and unsupported club face to produce super fast ball speeds. To bring in the feel component, a third of the head was comprised of heavy tungsten, which also lowers the center of gravity for a high launch. Another first for Titleist with AP3 was strengthening lofts for even greater distances, an area the company waded into carefully and only after ensuring other components wouldn't be compromised.
We basically told our design team, Marty Inez and the irons team, you can't give up feel, you can't give up shape, you can't give up launch, you can't give up spin. But if you can get us more distance and strengthen these lofts, we're okay with that. And they were able to pull it off with AP3.
Cleveland is in the midst of a comeback as it relates to a full product line, and along with its new Launcher HB driver, the company has released a game improvement iron called Launcher CBX, sharing a name with Cleveland's latest wedges. Not surprisingly then, these new irons feature some patented Cleveland wedge technology, including double laser face milling and zip grooves. Borrowing from parent company Srixon, the CBX irons also include a progressive V-sole for better turf interaction. On top of that is a low profile and low center of gravity for higher launch, and cup face technology for big-time distance. In a neat touch, the degrees of loft is stamped on the bottom of the club beside its number. With Cobra's King F8, the focus was on offering consumers a progressive set, which means long irons designed and constructed very differently than short irons and wedges, but with an overall cohesiveness. The 4 through 7 irons in King F8 are designed like metalwoods, with hollow bodies and milled-on forged faces for high launch and long carries. The short irons are cavity-back clubs with heel-toe weighting for directional forgiveness to help golfers hit more greens. Two other important notes with King F8 are Cobra's one-length offering, as pioneered by PGA Tour winner Bryson DeChambeau, and Cobra Connect, a grip sensor system by which golfers can download an app onto their smartphone and instantly receive carry distances with each club. There you have it, new irons for this season so that you can play your best golf yet.
I'm probably going to steal this.
All right, where's the rest of the set? Because they could go straight in my bag.